and I'll go back to the office. I never, in my wildest dreams, imagined that I would come here and walk away feeling so inspired and so touched by all the words of wisdom that have been bestowed upon me by each and every person who's come up here to have a little bit to say. So thank you very much for all of that. How did KNORR and KNORR become involved in Mary Ann's Kitchen? It happened at the end of last year. We were just sort of sitting at our desks thinking about what we're going to do in 2013, and my manager saw a little article in the newspaper about Mary Ann's Kitchen, and she showed it to me, and I already had a relationship established with Hirsch through Warren and the cooking demos that I do there, and we were like, wow, look at this. So we became involved in late 2012, and we've had a wonderful relationship this year. Thank you, Mary Ann, for everything that you've done this year. At KNORR, we believe that each and every woman is the determined doer. It doesn't matter what challenges that she's faced with every day. Come the end of the day and she needs to start cooking, she'll always provide her family with a nutritious, balanced meal, no matter what she has. We know at KNORR and KNORR that in the beginning of the month, most families are able to afford a little bit of meat to feed their family. But once the money's finished, you've got to get through the rest of the month, and you don't have much, and you've still got to provide a nutritious, balanced, delicious meal. And that's where KNORR and KNORR become so important. You're able to add that delicious meaty flavor into your pot, and you finish it all, and you bring it all together with the delicious KNORR soup. On a personal level, as a chef, I can totally understand how you guys feel today and what you're thinking as you sit here on your graduation and what is the future going to hold. I went to chef school and I was surrounded by all these students who had all these rich parents, and they were able to pay for their school fees to go to chef school. I was the only student sitting there in that year. I had to take a massive student loan to cover my expenses for that year. Sitting at the end of the year in graduation thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to pay this all back? I had absolutely no idea. So I was fortunate enough to go over to London. I had a 2-year working visa, and I knew that in those 2 years I had to make enough money to pay back my student loan. I knew I had just 2 years. So I went for my first job interview, and I had to pretend that I was something that I wasn't. I had to pretend that I had skills that I didn't have. So you could call it lying, I guess, but I had to pretend that I was a chef higher above than what I actually was. And I got the job, and I walked into the kitchen on my first day, and I saw all these chefs chopping away and all these fantastic skills, and I knew I had to somehow sort of fit in. And I don't know how I did it, but I managed to convince them all that I had these skills. And 10 years down the line, I never imagined that I would be working for a great company like Unilever. Unilever have what we call the USLP, which is our Unilever Sustainable Living Plan. And it's at the heart of every single activity that we do every single day. And Mary Ann's Kitchen is one of those initiatives which we support. So looking towards 2014, KNORR and KNORR want to continue supporting Mary Ann's Kitchen, but we want to make it bigger and better. So we're very excited for what 2014 holds. And for you guys looking towards starting your own businesses, all I can say is I imagined a life in a restaurant or a kitchen, working crazy hours, working every single weekend, which in the world of food as a woman is not always easy. Men have it much easier, I have to say, going into the world of cooking and the world of food. I've done my time in hotels and restaurants, and I'm now lucky enough to have a good job and still be involved in food and cooking. And the opportunities are absolutely limitless when it comes to food. People in my office, they're ordering food from other people because they just don't have time to cook for their families. It's a huge niche in the markets at the moment. Whether you're going to be styling food for magazines, whether you're going to be developing recipes. I know there's a big market at the moment for people who need like traditional recipes to be developed because they don't understand traditional cooking. Huge gaps in the markets. You've got to look for them and find them. And even Mary Ann keeps me updated every single week. She sends me the photos from the cooking classes, and I'm learning from her because she'll send me the photo and I'll be like, oh wow, what is that? We need a new recipe for KNORR. And then she'll send me the recipe, and then so I'm learning from her as well. So thank you very much, Mary Ann, and thank you and good luck to everybody.